the start of summer tourism season, and it's not just the rainy spring that appears to have the season off to a slow start.
Yeah, according to a new report, President Trump's tariffs and trade war cut travel to the U.S. from Canada by 20% in March, and there is fear that number could only grow as we get deeper into the season and the trade war lingers.
Fox 23's Julia Simone spoke with businesses and residents of Old Orchard Beach and joins us now live. Julia, what are they telling you?
Yeah, guys, AAA predicted Memorial Day weekend to be one of the busiest travel periods of the year for Americans, although international travel has seen a decline.
Yeah, I still think the Canadians should come because this is what makes Old Orchard Beach.
The U.S. Travel Association reports international travel to the U.S. fell 14% this March compared to March of last year, with the steepest decline driven by a 20.2% drop in Canadian travelers. Reasons for this drop include the tariff war between the U.S. and Canada and reports of ICE detaining travelers along the Canadian border. Justine Wood, who has owned the Aquarius Motel on Old Orchard Beach for 23 years, says she'll always welcome Canadians.
They love it here, they come here, and it's up to the individual. You know, as far as the Canadian people come, it's up to the individual. They welcome here, obviously. You know, but it's up to them to decide whether they want to come or not.
Earlier this year, Canada's former Prime Minister urged his citizens to refrain from traveling to the U.S. after President Trump put a 25% tariff on Canadian goods. And the U.S. World Travel and Tourism Council reports Canada was the biggest source of inbound travel to the U.S. last year, one of those hotspots being Old Orchard Beach. A resident in town says one of his Canadian neighbors tells him they will not be coming to vacation land this year.
Canadians are almost non-existent here. And I talked to a Canadian yesterday, and she said she owns property here, and she believes that the Canadians are just not coming because of the tariffs and the attitude to Canada by the president.
While a business owner by the pier was surprised to see many Canadian visitors last weekend.
As you can see today, the sun's out, so the people are out. Not a lot of Canadians this weekend, but we did see a lot last weekend. Traditionally, they usually come the weekend before Memorial Day. And I was shocked to see, I think probably a quarter of my customers were Canadian.
It affects the businesses a lot because they don't get as much money, they don't get to help the state, they don't get to help themselves. So it's just a wasted season for them.
Officials warned that continued decline in international travel to the U.S. could lead to a loss of 230,000 tourism-related jobs. Live in Old Orchard Beach, Julia Simone, Fox 23 News at 10. Steph.
Something we'll continue to follow. Julia, thank you. Turning to your weather now as we take a